What's up, everybody? It's Ellis from the Elephant's Corner here. I have an amazing guest with me today. If you're tapped into the EDM scene and you're not like following this account and on their webpage to see where shows are, you're probably missing out and you're probably having to search a little bit too much for shows that are happening. And they make it very easy to look at their page, look at the Instagram, look at the website, and and easily find these shows that are happening. I mean, in San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, very easy. So before further ado, we got Sophia. Sophia, how are we doing today?
Oh, I'm doing lovely. What about you, Ellis?
Doing great, doing great. I'm really excited to have you in. You know, we do The View here, so we're tapped into the EDM scene as well, but
Yes.
I love everything that you do, like finding shows, promoting people constantly. And then you've done a couple of like exposés. Is that what they call it?
Exclusives?
Like, exclusives, like articles about some of my friends and stuff too.
Yeah.
So you're into all that. Miami Music Week you were at covering that. So
I can't wait to tell you about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely touch on that.
Yes.
So just to get things started, like tell me a little bit about you and your background in EDM and why you're at this point with EDM Texas.
Okay, yeah. So if y'all don't know me, my name is Sophia. I'm the founder of EDM Texas. We launched in September 2023, so we're coming on 3 years strong. Crazy how time flies so fast and the amount of fruition that this project has evolved into, because man, I definitely put my heart and soul and all these hours into it whenever I'm not working my other jobs. But yeah, it's a little bit about me. I'll do a little Spark Notes version of how I got into EDM. So I've been pretty much immersed in EDM since I was 10 or 11 years old. I remember one night I was back in middle school and I randomly came upon, does anyone know an artist named Bass Hunter?
Oh,
An
no.
OG, so he's like an OG DJ. He's from Sweden, European.
that.
So I remember one night I was at my friend's house and we were just like doodling on, like going around on YouTube or something like that. And then I
That's
come
back
across
in the old days whenever you're just
back in the
searching
day,
on YouTube.
yeah, I was like 11 years old. Oh, so long ago. Anyways, but the song "All I Ever Wanted" by Bass Hunter started playing on like her mom's computer, and like I don't know if they were like really into it, but like my ears perked up, and I was like, "Wait, what is this? Like this makes me just want to get up and dance and just be happy and stuff." So I remember after that night, I used to go on Pandora because I know Pandora was big back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I put on, I would always constantly play Bass Hunter radio. And again, I was in 6th or 7th grade, and this is when absolutely no one my age was listening to this unless they stumbled upon something random like on a YouTube video or something. So, if I told anyone that like I would listen to Star music, they would just look at me like, "Are you okay? Are you good?" and stuff. But anyway, so as I would listen to the Bass Hunter radio station, that's when I discovered Dead Mouse, Tiesto, Cascade, Benny Benassi, like all of those hardcore legends that I would just constantly consume their beats into my life and like my heart and soul. And that's when the love for EDM like really started to sprout. But then I remember like back in high school, I couldn't go. So I grew up in Utah growing up, and they had raves that were 16 plus, but as soon as I turned 16, they were 18. So I was like, all right. But I remember there were these high school, like complex, like warehouse parties, but they weren't EDM. It was sort of like they would play EDM music, but it wasn't like considered a rave, your like typical high school dance parties. But I was just like, oh, like I want to go. So I would constantly like chase those throughout in high school. And they would just be like, they would pop up either in Salt Lake City or, somewhere on like the outskirts of Salt Lake, like Provo, Lehigh, you name it. If you live in Utah, you probably know where I'm talking about. But if you haven't lived in Utah, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. But they would just span out sporadically. And then when I finally turned 16, there was a paint rave sort of vibe where it was more EDM, but it wasn't like your like typical festival. But that's when I first fully got immersed into the experience. And then I was like, okay, I freaking love this. Like I need to chase it. But I was still in high school, so there was so much I could do. Well, fast forward to when I was 18, I went to University of Utah, And right before I started my freshman year of college, there was the DOS Energy Festival, which was like the Utah EDM festival like that like, everyone in the state goes to. So I remember that it was 2016, and I remember like Dylan Francis was headlining, Wolfgang Gartner, Tiesto, Marshmello, and that's what's like. I was like familiar with Dylan Francis and other artists, but I was like really all about Wolfgang Gartner and Tiesto. I was like,
Right.
damn, like all of these artists I was listening to constantly on the Pandora radio station in middle school, I finally get to see them live. So I immersed myself in the experience. I went to DOS and I did the damn thing. And then that's when I realized I was like, okay, I really, really like the love just like, it's like, you know, Led Zeppelin's song Stairway to Heaven, where it just gets better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then I started college officially, and writing wise, this is when the paths start to intertwine. So, I started writing for a publication called Her Campus, which is a national college publication across the state, across the country. But they would have different chapters or like on different campuses, like Utah, UCLA had one, SMU or TCU probably had one as well. So it was a national brand that covered all schools. So I wrote for the Utah chapter, and originally I was just profiling like random like college students across campus, like. It was more of like a get to know you sort of profile.
That makes sense.
So I love like that's when I really discovered like I loved writing and telling people's stories. Like I didn't like here's the thing, like I'll always write about like news or like anything that's popping off for like an event recap, but one of my favorite genres of writing is to write about like people's stories and like cover their lives, profile them, etc. So I was just doing it randomly across students, and then one day there was this DJ duo that I knew personally that was in one of the fraternities, and they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, like we've been loving like your profiles on Her Campus. Would you want to cover our DJ duo?" And I was like, "Sure." I mean, it's a little challenge for me, but yeah, sure, why not? Well, turns out I freaking loved it.
Of course.
Of course, like that Stairway to Heaven sort of vibe, another stair just added. So I was like, okay, I think I found my calling. Like I want to like be like full on in the industry, EDM industry. Like I want to write about artists. I want to write about events, all that sort of stuff. So I started writing for shows. Like I would cover various EDM shows for Her Campus, and I know it didn't really fit the audience 100%, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna do this. It's what I love.
I'm gonna use this platform that I have.
Exactly. You're literally reading my mind. Yes. So then, long story short, I ended up writing for Mix 24/7 EDM, not news chain. It was a news outlet for nationally and international EDM. So that's when I finally felt like I had a platform to really like share my like opinions, event recaps, artist interviews, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, put your love on the page for what you.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I might have gotten in trouble a few times at a certain club for using my fake ID to a point where I got flagged. But you know what? Here's the thing: if you like have a dream and you want to chase it, don't let anyone like stop you from doing it. Even if you get your fake ID taken away a couple times, just keep doing the damn thing.
Just keep getting new ones.
Because look where I am today.
Yeah, no. That's an amazing story. Like, fell in love at 11, push forward 16, said, screw it, I'm going to find these raves somehow.
Yeah.
18 in college. Now you're doing exposés on a guy named Jeff about his chemistry major. And then you're like, I'm going to turn this into actually the thing I want.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, how the path, like, I never thought I would be led onto this path, but it's definitely, I know, and there were definitely some trial and errors, don't get me wrong, that the whole route is definitely not perfect, but as long as you put your heart and soul to it, and it's something that you're passionate about, and, like, you're willing to give it your all, that's all that matters. The success will show up when it's meant to show up.
I can't agree more. It's about perseverance. It's about, finding a niche. A lot of people just stay in these broad ranges, but it's like you found your niche and you're like going full steam ahead at it. And yeah, I love hearing that, because I try to do a lot of things with ELE, but a really big influence, like business person in my life was like, bro, your net's like trying to catch the ocean. He's like, you just need to catch one fish. Like focus your energy on like this one thing that you love. Exactly. So that's kind of like where I'm at now. And I want to go back to, man, you said something that I want to go back to. I think it was a DJ duo. Oh, no. So you basically love like taking somebody's story and putting your own spin and like flair into it.
Putting it into words for the world to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yes.
So like tell me about that process whenever you're like gathering the info and
Yeah.
then you're sitting down at your computer and I it's funny, I've seen her so many times like at DJ events like typing on her computer. So it's like she's like taking that energy from that DJ to put into her writing. So
Literally,
like tell
yeah.
me a little bit about that process
Yeah.
whenever you're tackling a article.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it really artist is different. Every artist has a different story. So it all depends on how you map out your mission correctly. So before I start writing, and I've learned this like as I've written throughout my 10 years of being in this industry, I've learned that it's always best to create a structured outline before I actually write all of my
Mm,
like thoughts, details, whatever you content out.
bet.
So what I do is like I like to start outlining like an introduction to like a nut graph. And a nut graph is pretty much your who, what, where, when, and whys, because your who, what, where, when, and why is literally the most important piece of content to draw a reader in. If you don't have a good like nut graph, then there's a pretty high chance that they're probably not going to continue reading the article.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I'll start with that, and then that's when I go into like my body and my all of like the beautiful fluff that all comes together. So any like thing that like comes from like could be like their music discography or like whatever events are coming up or like what's their creative process, and then I'll
100%.
always outline a different conclusion. And then once I have like all the research, important details all structured out, that's when I'll start going to town on an article and just pouring out, journaling it all out. And then as soon as I'm done, I'll deep edit and polish the entire article. And then what I always like to do, and for any media industry folks that are listening to this, I believe this is a very important task to keep and nurture those professional relationships you have and to keep it going. And unfortunately, I've learned this the hard way in the past, so that's why I'm saying this. Every time I'm about to publish a draft, something, whether it like if it's like a quote or like a piece of article where it could be like some of their quotes are either maybe a little like questionable, or just
Mm,
want to make sure like everything was transcribed correctly, especially when I'm recording my artist interviews, because that's what I usually do. I do an audio recording or
makes
video
sense.
recording, but then I transcribe it into a written article. I'll always send it back to the source artist or whoever I interview, just to make sure everything looks okay before publishing. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you never know if they want to add some stuff, change up a few things, just in case maybe something was transcribed, or even delete some stuff. They're like, oh, like what, maybe leave this part out or change it this way. And that actually happened to me a couple weeks, because I've always been doing this for like the past couple of years. But I interviewed an artist that I met at Miami Music Week. And we did a whole video Zoom interview, but it was going to be transcribed into a written interview.
Okay.
So I wrote it all out, and then I was like, hey, this is what I plan on publishing. Please let me know if you want me to add, change, or delete anything. They absolutely praised me for it. They're like, that is one of the most professional things I've ever like encountered from a writer, content
Love it.
creator, something. Like, please don't stop doing that. And I was like, yes, sir, absolutely. But no, that's definitely like one thing I definitely like cherish and value, is like definitely making sure like there's an artist's story, or anyone in the industry, or just anyone in general I'm profiling, if their story is shown off the right way.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's good wisdom right there. And the best thing in business is to talk to somebody that has gone down that path before you, because they will tell you what mistakes they made, and you don't have to go through that whole
Mistakes is the best
mistaking.
way
Yeah.
we learn, man.
Like that's good to know for me. I'm gonna always I do that now. Like whenever I'm doing view posts and stuff, I'm like, because I did the same mistake where I posted something and then they hit me up and they were like, "Yo, that's not like right," and then I was like,
Yeah. I mean, there's always little
yeah.
things that'll like catch you off where like it's already published. Or, like, oh, like I forgot to send you this stuff, or oh, hey, like can you actually change this photo instead? And, like that
Mhm.
stuff happens randomly, but most of the time people have been really chill about. But then there's always that 5 or 10% they're gonna be like, what the like you're so
Yes.
professional, like, and it's like, bro, whoa, like it's easily fixable. And I'm in
Sure.
the service industry, so I deal with that stuff all the time. So it's nice that like these two worlds, like me being a bartender on the side to like help fund this project, and then like running a whole brand on the side. It's just like similar. It's like different situations, but like similar lessons, you know?
Yeah.
So it's crazy how the world works.
It's
like
crazy.
that way.
It's crazy. So you're bartending on the side, then you're running this whole brand that I assume is
Mhm.
70, 80 hours a week is probably
It
what you.
depends on the week for sure.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
depends on how many recaps I have to post and
exactly.
how
How are
poppin'.
you balancing that, like, as a like through your daily lives? I'm
Oh,
sure you have like relationships that you also have to nourish and stuff like that.
oh,
Like, how are you finding a balance for that stuff?
oh, good question. I ask myself that every single week.
Ah!
So it really okay. So here's the thing. So I work at House of Blues at night. We're
Okay.
really slow for the next couple weeks, so I've actually had some more time on my plate. But I also have a day job at a burger and a barbecue restaurant. Anyway, so back to like my schedule though. So I have set days over there, but with House of Blues, every week is different. So it's like one week I'll have maybe like one show on the
Yeah.
weekend, but then the next week I'll have like back to back shows Wednesday through Saturday. So it's like and then on top of having to deal with my Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever days I'm scheduled at my day job, I'm not gonna lie, like I've definitely have had some panic attacks, some mental breakdowns, some like
Hmm.
I just get so tense where I'm like, oh God, like I don't know like how I'm gonna complete this all in one day. But it like I said, it really just depends on my week. But what I have learned throughout the past year or two of me having to deal with this kind of fluctuate with this sort of schedule is I have learned I have to have five non-negotiables with my life. So
That
even
checks
when
out.
so it's what it means is whenever things get, a little hectic one week or even just one day, I go back to those five non-negotiables I wrote. And I one of them is that's really like important in this sort of question that you just asked me right now is peace over proving.
Okay.
And then I also have, and then on top of that, there's also like little like other non-negotiables that like on certain days of the week I'm gonna do this no matter what. Hence the peace over proving the like I have to get everything done at once. So for
Love it.
example, like every Friday I'm gonna take myself out to a coffee shop and do the weekend roundup or any other lingering projects within EDM Texas that I have to complete. And then every Sunday, I do my best to take myself out on a nature hike. I'll go
Love it.
outside, somewhere outside of DFW, go try a new restaurant. At around 8:30 p.m., I tell myself, okay, I'm logging off for the night, no matter what.
That's
And
it.
now, from now on, I shut my phone off at 10
Oh,
just
nice.
because I'm just trying to get back at like better at not like having to check every single EDM Texas notification that comes out because at the end of the day it is hard because it's like you never know who's contacting you, you never know if someone needs something immediately, so it's like it can be a little difficult sometimes like having to be like on call for anything like that 100%, but at the end of the day I do what I love to do. The inside thing in my mind that drives me is back to what we were talking about earlier, like just the passion, putting my heart and soul into this. I was
Nice.
like, if this was any other project that wasn't an EDM, that I probably would have quit right now. But it's like my passion that for EDM and like telling artists' stories and just bettering the community in our way and like our whole freaking Texas scene because it's like it's probably the biggest scene out of the whole United States right now. Let's be real. So it's just like
It's
having
crushing
that
it.
kind of power and that kind of responsibility to like really tell the scene story. At the end of the day, things may get tough sometime, but just like getting back to that sort of mission and
Right.
like the reminding myself why I do what I love to do. It helps me like balance out my schedule more and really it's taught me over the course, especially the past couple months of like what priorities need to be taken care of first and like where should I be putting my energy in this egg basket or maybe in this other sort of basket in my life. So it depending on the week, I just let my intuition tell
I
me
love it.
where I need to put my eggs in the basket first. So
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I am. I tried to, like, my phone goes to bedtime mode at 9. So like it
Mm.
won't like have notifications or anything cuz I mean I'm on it from like 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. and that's enough
Yeah, we
phone.
all
That's enough phone for the day. Like let's put that down for a second.
especially with every single week there's so much like new technology coming out week after week and it's consuming our brains constantly and we just need a reminder to take a break sometimes. Like it's okay to step away even for just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I need to tell myself that too sometimes because of like how fast EDM Texas is growing, like
Oh,
all these new messages and opportunities and yeah, you got to take some time for yourself first, and that's one thing I'm trying to do a lot more still at the end of the day. And
I love it.
and it's like the more you like balance rest and your work, the better your work is actually going to come out. Like if you put all of your energy in the work, like eventually you're going to burn yourself out, which is going to make you feel like working sucks, and you're going to lose that spark and that drive for what you
100%.
want to do.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. I can't agree more. So I'd like to get into the EDM Texas. So we heard the backstory. We know how you got into it now. You
Yeah.
moved from Utah, so I guess what you saw like an opportunity, like, hey, there's not many like things going on in Texas with EDM, so let me jump on
Yeah.
like this kind of niche kind of market and take advantage of it. Or how did you come about like the name and only having Texas in it? Because that kind of like limit. I mean, it doesn't limit you to Texas, but like uh, in a way, like it bases you in Texas.
Yeah, so I moved down here in September of 2018. I was still kind of in school in Utah, so I had to move
Hmm.
like two different times. That's a long other story I won't get into. But overall, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple months of me living down here, it was pretty tough. Like I was like going from place to place, staying. I was in a really horrible roommate situation when I first
Mm,
moved here, which led me to like have to couch surf on like different places and all that sort of stuff. And like it was tough, you know. And that's when
right.
I went back to Utah to finish school. But the one thing that like kept because there when I moved back to Utah after the first time, like me trying to move live down here, I was thinking in my head was like like you know like I tried, but I don't know if I can go back, like yeah, all this sort of stuff. But the one chord that never like pulled apart and like the magnet that like kept me going down here was the Texas EDM scene. Because
All
when I
right.
started going to rave, when I started experiencing shows, raves, festivals in Texas, I felt something that like I never really felt in the Utah scene. And it's not a bad thing, but like I felt more welcomed and
Hmm.
I saw much more opportunity and growth for my EDM goals down here in Texas than I had in Utah. And it's kind of weird to like explain or think of, but it's like something was telling me to stay down here. Like I didn't
Right.
know what exactly, but I was like, you got to try again. Like you got to go back there and stuff. So you got to go back to Texas. So I was like, okay. So I moved back down here again. And then that's when COVID hit the fan. So I didn't have like this idea to actually start EDM Texas just yet, but I knew I really wanted to like get involved, help better our scene. Not that like it was bad at all, but like how can we make things even better? Like I
Right.
really want to be an active participant in the rave community across Texas. So when COVID hit, there really wasn't, you know, a lot because like there were like there weren't as many frequent shows as we have now,
Hmm.
aka 15 events in Dallas on a Saturday. We'll get
Ah.
into that later, but anyway, so back to my point. It was a little difficult to really write more about EDM because I was still writing for Mix 24/7 EDM, but
Oh.
unfortunately they had to shut down due to COVID back in 2021. So that was when, you know, Ubbi Dubbi first came back. Like it was such a big deal. And that was actually one of my last articles for Mix 24/7 EDM
Ah.
was covering Ubbi Dubbi's return when they were when they were in Ennis and stuff. Like
Wow.
I
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
can't even like fathom because it's like it's been back at Panther for the past couple of years. So it's like I keep forgetting. I'm like, wow, it used to be it was in Ennis for one
And
year, but that was like people don't realize like how like historical that was for our Texas scene because Disco Donnie was right. Like it was the first festival back. So that's when my hope really started to grow, like to like really like work more and with Texas events. And I also was a promotions manager for for an old event company down here for years back in the day until it went through a rebrand. But
nice.
before that's been around that was when around the time when like more EDM shows like started frequently popping up. That's when I was like, okay, like I feel like I need to be doing something, especially with Mix 24/7 EDM like not giving me a platform anymore just because it has to shut down, which you know I was totally okay with. I totally understood, but I was like, man, like now where I'm gonna like put my content out now.
Hmm.
So then I was like, what's Texas missing? Because as like throughout the years I've been like immersing myself in the community here in like Dallas, Austin, Houston, I was like, our scene is becoming so freaking big. Like Dallas, for example, we're pretty much the new LA, Miami, New York, because whenever I do the weekend roundups, I'll have to, because I have to condense it down to like 9 events maximum just because of
To
my,
fit on the page.
yeah, for my, yeah, exactly, for my requirements on the graphic. But there'll be times where I'm like going through my calendar and I'm just like, wait, did I just count 15 events in Dallas alone just on a Saturday? And
That's crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. So then with like as like EDM is becoming so much more popular mainstream wise internationally in general, especially in Texas, like Texas is the fastest growing state for
Makes sense.
EDM. So you know, you get like all your national music publications like EDM.com, Dancing Astronaut, EDM Identity, yada yada, EDM Train. I was like, Texas is so big enough to where it needs its own platform. Because think about it, you have so many artists, so many freaking shows, so many festivals, so many opportunities to like immerse yourself in and like take advantage of. I was like, I think it's time, and I felt like I needed to be the one to launch it, and so
I love
I
that.
did it.
You had
I
your
launched
calling.
it, but I was like, that's what I told myself too, I think a little bit ago. But I was launching it in phases. So I'd like at phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I'm still on phase 3 because, you know, we have so much more ideas to bring into fruition. But
Let's
you know what,
go.
like it depends. But the thing is, like with my hefty schedule, like some things have to get delayed sometimes because there's only so much I can do during the day. But I thank God I do have a small team under my wing that like spans throughout Austin and Houston, and they help cover shows, do interviews,
it.
and they've been freaking amazing. So shout out to all of y'all that have been like helping bring EDM Texas to life with your creativity and your passion for EDM as well. But like I said, it just grew into fruition because I feel like it really I think Texas has its own niche in the EDM ecosystem to where it needs its own platform and it has its own voice and it has its own story. But I was like, I don't want to make it just like these other like ordinary EDM blogs. I was like, how can EDM Texas impact the scene and make a difference in everyone in the community? So we do more than just artist interviews, event recaps, festival recaps, etc. Like one of my goals is like I really want to bridge the gap and just unite our entire scene. Like that's the whole mission. Like I just want to bring all of us together. We're all big one happy family because we all love the same thing. Exactly. There's always like in the scene, there's always like a few like people that are all about the cloud. Yeah. But you know, the most important thing is as long as you're all about community, that should be the most important part of your mission. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's all about community at the end of the day because that's what's going to support you throughout, like, your uplift. Like, if you don't have a base community, even if it's 500 people, if that's the loudest 500 people in the world, then, like, you're solid, bro. Like, they're going to tell people about you, and then that 500 is going to turn into 5,000, like, very quickly as you move on. So, phase 3, what does phase 3 entail since you said that's what we're still in?
Yes. So right now I am finishing up working on some advanced backend stuff, meaning I'm looking into upgrading the website layout. So if you want to check out our website, it's edmtx.org. Yes, it's .org. We're official.
Organization. Let's go.
We are a community organization. Yes, sir. Yes. But yeah, so we right now I'm working on the advanced SEO side of things. So just trying to come up with more content ideas and like creating like a batch content calendar system to like where me and some other team members can follow and such. I'm starting to focus more on marketing and actually putting our brand out there. Right now we've just been kind of letting the marketing do itself, like grab the right people's attention. But I'd say we're a little over 5,000 followers on Instagram now, so I think it might be time to do a little push on marketing. So hopefully my goal is within the next couple months, you'll be seeing our booth at various EDM shows across the state where we'll be providing social links, how you can get involved if you ever are interested in joining my media team. Yeah, just links to the website. And then also you might be seeing a giveaway because that's how we're going to get people to follow us.
Giveaway, let's go. Everybody loves a good giveaway.
But it depends on what collectives want to help sponsor giveaways. So,
yeah, I mean,
wink,
that makes sense. That makes sense. If you want to help sponsor, I mean, organic growth, 5,000 people, that's organic. That's 5,000 people.
No marketing tools needed. None. No paid ads, nothing.
Literally, that is what your collective wants to project their stuff to. So you definitely want to tap in. EDM Tech, is it best for them to go through the website to reach out or just Instagram? Like, what do you think?
So if you do want to follow us on Instagram, I'd say that is a very easy way to get to us if you're very Instagram tech phone savvy. It's edm.tx. So just edm.tx. Super
Beautiful.
simple.
Easy.
And then same thing on the website, edm no dot. So edmtx.org.
.org.
And then we also do have a Facebook and other links. And then we also have our sister slash cousin company called Amplify EDM. If you haven't heard of Amplify EDM, you should definitely check it out if you're interested in artist coaching or anything that could help elevate your brand. We are trying to work with them very happening as well. So their link is also on our website as well.
They do a lot of panels and stuff too, right? Like constantly throwing shows around the area and yeah, very informational panels. I've seen a couple of y'all stuff. I think the last one I saw was in Austin. But no, I love panels.
Yeah, I mean,
Love a
stay
good panel.
tuned. That's some ideas that are kind of cooking in the works. But, I can't say too much, but that's all I'm going to say idea-wise. You might be seeing some here in Dallas coming soon.
Let's go. So what are you, so quarter 2 ended. We're in quarter 3 now.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about for the end of the year in Texas? You have anything on your radar that you're like, must go? Have to attend this. What you got for us?
In Texas. So I know there's a couple of cool events coming up. I know there's Above and Beyond on Saturday for my group therapy fam.
Hey.
I'm trying my best to find some tickets right now because it's a little tricky, but I'll get it. Definitely recommend
If you
going
want to
to
toss her a media pass, you should do it.
Yeah, right?
You should do it.
And then if you're going to be down in Austin, Labor Day weekend, I would highly recommend, it's not technically Austin, but if you're going to be in that area, if you're planning on going to San Marcos, Labor Day weekend, there is a San Marcos block party taking place in the downtown San Marcos, hosted by Special Delivery. Shout out to them. Tape B's headlining, special guest Juicy J. So as anyone knows their Trippy Land collab, you know you're gonna hear it live from both of them.
That's amazing. And and if you haven't been to the square in San Marcos, that's a different kind of party.
I've never been to San Marcos, so it's gonna be super interesting.
I had a friend that went to Texas State. I went down there a couple of times. Insane energy. Insane energy. You have to go check that out if you're in the area. September 4th or something like that.
It's September 5th, so it's good.
Okay.
All the bass heads in Texas definitely got to pull up to this because it's gonna be lit.
No.
Yeah.
And then you can go ride the lazy river on Sunday to relax.
Ooh,
Not lazy river. I think it's just like tubing down that river.
I've heard really good things about that river. I need to get on a damn river and float.
You do, because it's nice. It's a spring, so it stays cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, very cool environment down there in San Marcos. Marcos. Oh, well.
Same, but different.
Same. Yeah, no, that's very exciting. What's your favorite festival you've been to?
Oh, man, that is tough. So, Texas Festival, I've had so many great experiences at various Texas festivals. I will say one one standout festival within, if we had to say it in Texas, was Breakaway 2025, which was Breakaway Dallas's inaugural year. Just the vibes and the energy of it being its first year, and the big news that Breakaway is finally going to be in Dallas, because Breakaway is such a top-notch well-rated festival brand that is super popular across the country, and the fact that they're now having a Dallas edition, not just a Dallas edition, but Dallas was the first weekend. It's always the first weekend of its Breakaway tour run. I don't know if it was, I think it was last year too, but I know this year is Breakaway. It came to Dallas first before it's now continuing to tour other cities. But anyways.
Supposedly it's in Houston too.
Yeah, it's going to be, that one's going to be a good one as well. Yeah, so if you're in Houston in November, definitely go check out Breakaway Houston because their lineup is absolutely fire. But yeah, so anyways, but Breakaway 2025 was just it just felt so special. I was just with some of my closest friends and just getting to see everyone in Dallas. There were so many people I knew in Dallas. It was just it was just a reunion gathering, and everyone was just so happy and stoked about Breakaway taking over Dallas for the first time. And it was such a good lineup. You had Zed, you had Slander close out the festival. You had Zomboy, who absolutely was probably one of my personal favorite of that weekend. But it was just the overall energy was just absolutely incredible. Now for festival overall though, I had the pleasure of attending Elements Festival last year
Oh,
in Pennsylvania up in the Poconos. And when I tell you it was
that's
the
like
best damn
gorgeous.
festival I've been to, it was the best damn festival I've ever been to
That
because
sounds amazing.
there were so many freaking good headliners. Like the lineup was absolutely like insane. Like anyone you thought of was probably on the lineup. So you had like Sullivan King back-to-back Keizo. You had Deadmau5,
What?
Mala. Barkley Crenshaw was a special guest. You had his Claw on Stroke set. You had freaking you had Alley Cat. You had Eli Brown. You had
Wow.
Side Piece, Wax Motif, Bunt, Justin J. Oh, and don't forget the Pretty Lights closing set.
That's insane.
Pretty Lights. Okay, so if anyone knows me, Pretty Lights is my absolute favorite artist ever. Like I am PL fam for life. And Derek, aka the guy Pretty Lights, if y'all don't know who Derek is, Derek came on stage 3 times. So when Michael Menert was playing, Michael Menert was performing on day 3, like early in the day. But I made sure to get there early, like because I wanted to not miss Michael Menert. So because he's there, if anyone knows, like the Pretty Lights reunion now is like a whole band,
Yeah.
and Michael Menert's a part of it. So we went and caught Michael Menert's set, and then all of a sudden Derek just comes up and starts freestyling together like the good old times.
That's amazing.
Dude, it was fucking incredible. And then Derek had a sunset set, just him, where he just like mixed like his OG bangers with like a mix of like new as well. Like I literally cried, like, and it was like to the sunset, and like I had tears in my eyes. And I was like, oh my god, this is happening. And then to close out the night, the whole band came out, and just the production, the sound, the energy just flowed right through the crowd, and it was probably the best Pretty Lights set I've ever witnessed and experienced in my life. But yeah, just back to like just Elements overall, like it was just such a creative festival where it's like it wasn't just music. Like there was like a whole forest area where at night everything would just light up.
Oh my
And you know, like when you're having a little too much fun and you're walking through the forest, you're like, ooh, this is catching my attention. This is a little magical right here.
Nice.
And I remember there was just one little area. So there was like a really quirky area, and it was like it was just like a bunch of like weird, unique, like out of the box sort of elements. Okay, like that you wouldn't think to like witness and stuff. So I remember like my boyfriend and I, we were just like taking a break in there, and there was like this little area where they had like a VHS set. And
Love that.
they would like play like random old school like movies or
that's so
horror
cool.
flicks and stuff. So and they had like a couch there, so we're like, oh, we're taking a break. And then all of us, there was like this little band in there, but they were playing some like really obscure sounds. So then this guy like starts talking to us, like we're having a conversation, like being festival goers, and then all of a sudden like we just hear this honk, 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 and then we're like, what the fuck is that? So then we thought like, oh, like maybe like a festival car, like a staff car is coming
Yeah.
through. And then the guy we were talking to, were like, oh no, that's their song. It's called Traffic Jam. And we're like, wait, what? So we get up, and then we see this guy. He's dressed up as like a car, and he's just like driving through. This audience was super small because it was like a really small
That's
area.
hilarious.
But I was like, wait, what? Like, am I tripping? And there's like, no, like that's the actual song. It's called Traffic Jam. They just honked the horn like it's on in traffic. I was like, dude,
It's
I
like
could have easily done that. You know, not saying that like it was bad. It was super unique, but it's like it's that out of the box thinking that
That's
like really
weird,
draws
yeah.
me into a festival, because it's just like, where else are you gonna find that? Like
No.
you're not gonna find that shit at EDC. Let's be real. Are you gonna find it? That'd be cool if I found it at like Ubbi Dubbi or
Yeah.
like maybe at Freaky Deaky. I don't know, but
Y'all hit up the car, hit up the traffic jam people. Like they have to be exposed more to us.
dude, I know. I need to do some researching and see who they were. I should have gotten that band's name, man. I was too in the moment, but
Yeah.
I didn't care.
And that's good.
That's the most important
It's
part.
great
yeah.
to be in the moment. In festivals, like, dude, sometimes I look back, I'm like, man, I didn't take enough pictures, and I'm like, good.
Oh, I had my man take all the pictures for me and the videos for me, because I was like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to be in the moment. Because it's like every time I'm at, like, most of the time where I'm at shows, like I'm always getting the videos, making sure
Right,
everyone's getting the
right.
spotlight. Where I was like, I just want to have fun. I
just
don't
wanna
like. I'll
enjoy
take
the
a few
moment.
videos and stuff, but like, that's your job this
That's
weekend.
your job. Thank you for helping.
Yo, seriously. Shout out to my man. He's the best,
Shout
right?
out to her man. What? We all need a man that takes videos for us. I agree. I'm
Mhm.
constantly taking pictures of my fiance.
Oh, I love that. I bet she
yeah,
appreciates that very much.
always. Sometimes, but then she's like, "That's the worst picture of me," and I'm like, "I like it."
Oh, I do that with my man too.
It's like this is the picture I like, though. I love that.
No.
I love that. So, are you? Do you have like a Substack that people can subscribe to or anything along those lines? Like, how do people like support you? I mean, how do people support you financially so you can keep this going and,
Yeah.
not have to work 17 jobs out of here since you're giving back, since you're giving back to the community so much? Like, what do you, yeah, like, do you have a Substack people can subscribe to or anything along those lines?
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't get paid for any of this. The most I've received is probably $30 within the past few years, but that is totally okay. Like I know with EDM Texas, like money is not my number one priority. My number one priority is making sure our community is safe and all united together, and that we're all celebrating like this wonderful Texas EDM scene. If people do want to contribute and want to help support and like make our scene or like make our brand even bigger and better than it can be, I do have a donation page. It's on Buy Me a Coffee. So
Nice.
you're more than welcome to leave a donation if you like. I know like once EDM Texas does grow substantially to a point where I definitely do see monetization being in the mix, I am definitely planning on like releasing some opportunities or surprises that will probably cost a little bit. But like I said, those are still in the works.
Of course.
And here's the thing, like when you run a page with a mission where money is not like your mission or like money is not like your number one goal, it's a lot easier for it to come naturally to you. Like
Agreed.
I'm never gonna be the person to like ask for money and stuff. Like I'll always like link a donation link if they're wanting, but I'm never gonna push someone because our scene already gets like monetized and it's already like capitalized and corporate already enough to like where I want the roots of Plur to be.
You're doing it for the love of the
name.
game.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you should make some merch because I bet you hella people would buy merch to wear EDM
I know,
Texas
yeah.
all around. Like
Merch is
that's a-
definitely in the works,
Yeah,
y'all. I
bet
promise.
you people would buy merch because I would buy merch and probably hang it up in the studio.
Oh my gosh, I love you for that.
I got a couple of hats that I bought that I got hung up in the studio.
Yes.
So
No, merch
Yeah.
is definitely in the works. I'm just waiting for the right time. But
Waiting
I
for
know
the
the
right
right
time.
time will come by the end of this
course.
year.
Nice. Let's go. I see you having like some really psychedelic type shirts and stuff like that.
Oh, you know me.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
You
It's
read my
gonna be dope.
mind.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So you have it. How big is your team?
So right now I have about 4 to 5 folks. It kind of depends. Like it kind of trickles. It just kind of depends on like what shows they want to cover and such. So like my team will just let me know like, hey, I want to cover this show. And I'm like, hey, like, do you need me to like reach out to their artist management to try and get you on a media list? So it just kind of depends on the show. Like sometimes they're involved with other collectives, like just as promoters themselves. So they'll be like, oh, like I already have a ticket. Well, like I'll
Man.
still contribute videos, photos, or like write an article and whatnot. But sometimes they're like, oh, like, do you think you could reach out to the artist team? So sometimes I'll if I know the collective super well, I'll reach out to my collective contact. Or if I don't have a contact, I'll just reach out to artist management.
Yeah.
And it's like, you never know who's going to respond. And I've learned to like not take things personally if they're like, hey, we're going to pass it, or if they don't respond. Because it's like, it could be for any reason. Like,
Right.
like sometimes it just doesn't fit their brand, or maybe that's just not what they're looking for, or maybe they're focused on other things. So it just kind of depends on the artist list. Sometimes we do get the yes, but then sometimes we do get the no. But it's learning like how to like accept it and to just move forward. with it.
Rejection's a good thing.
Exactly.
Take it on that chin and move on. Like people are gonna tell you no
Exactly.
all the
But-
time.
Exactly. But my team is like, I've been so thankful for like everyone that my team's been like working towards. Like I love how they're passionate about covering shows just as much as me, and I'll always love. And if anyone ever wants to send videos of like a show or ever want to
Next
contribute,
question I was gonna ask.
definitely, yeah, Telepathy, man. I love it when we're in sync. But yeah, no,
Where
it's
can they? Do
definitely
you have a
good.
Dropbox that people can drop it into? Like, how can they get just Instagram
So they
send
can
it
just
to?
so if they're not a part of our team, but they do want to like start contributing or just like want to like send some videos that they want on EDM Texas, they're more than welcome to just shoot us an Instagram
Yeah.
DM because I don't have a personal Instagram. I just use EDM Texas. So yeah, if like there's anyone that wants to share their content, please reach out to our Instagram account. We're always more than welcome to take any content and share it to the world.
We
And
love content.
who
Content's
doesn't?
king.
Content rules the
Yeah,
world.
content's king. Content's king.
There's too much of it sometimes, though. I have to
Yeah.
remind myself that
Like this video is nice, but it's not amazing.
our attention spans, like, ever since like more content just comes out and comes out, like you really like learn more about your attention span, and you're like, wait, how like, can I watch this for more than 10 seconds? All right, next.
Yeah, next. Doesn't attract me. Sometimes I get hooked on like those pressure washing videos. Or the ones where they like the guys go and clean up like elderly people's yards that haven't cut their yards in a long time.
Oh my god,
And
that's
it's
like
like
oddly. Isn't that like one of those like oddly satisfying videos?
you're like, I have to see the end result. I cannot
You
leave until
have
I
to,
see the
yeah.
end.
I'm done.
Like, I'm
That's funny.
stuck. Yeah, no, I love those. What other than EDM, what other passions do you, or in writing, of course, what other passions do you like find yourself in?
Yeah. Sorry, I
good,
really
you're
burped
good.
my water for a second. I really enjoy hiking. I really love like soaking in the outdoors, taking a
Mhm.
nature bath. I played the viola as well.
Oh.
I've been playing since I was 9. I had to cut back when I was in college just because life just gets super busy. And that's when I found my calling back
Yes.
for EDM and stuff. But I'm trying to work my way into like back and getting into a regular practice mode. Just because of like I'm doing so much, but like if there's any artist that needs a violist, please hit me up because I am definitely wanting to collab
That's
and
fun.
play my viola a lot more because it's something that I've rediscovered that passion again
That's
and
great.
stuff.
Yeah,
So it's like I
sometimes
really am trying to find more opportunities to pick the viola up and play, and it doesn't have to be like classical. Like I've actually been teaching myself how to like improv more, and like I've been writing my own melodies and
that's
been like.
good.
I've been playing around with some productions.
A lot of people
So,
need
yeah.
stems, guys.
Yes. Oh my God. Like,
There
please
you
help me
go.
get back into a practice schedule. And then y'all will help me on that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's a great
Thank you.
collab option. I play 0 instruments. I tried piano, guitar. I just I'm not musically.
It's okay. Not everyone
No,
is.
I know. I'm okay with it. But I just
Yeah.
cannot do it. I can play Smoke on the Water.
Hey, that's a good song to play.
Just like the basic chords.
Oh, you know what? That's better than nothing. There's your
Yeah.
calling too. This is your calling.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yo, yeah, walking into your studio, I was like immediately inspired. I'm like, oh, I just have so many ideas that flow in my brain randomly throughout the day where I walked in and I was like, I have a vision. I'm a visionary, you know? It's just like when I see it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna manifest this and I'm gonna like just work every day towards this goal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what manifesting is it.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
speak it into existence.
Manifesting and praying for sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So let's go back to your writing. You said
Yes.
whenever you said you journaled, you did like a pen. Did you just do that just like kind of just saying you journal? Do you actually use pen and paper and then you go to the computer, or how do you do your journaling? Because a lot of people don't. Some people don't use pen and paper. A lot of people love pen and paper because they love that, ink on the
Yeah.
paper. What's your like journaling routine?
So I use pen and paper to journal out my actual thoughts, like whether I'm trying to get better at like journaling at night, like journaling about like what went wrong, what went wrong, what went well, what's something I could do next time, or just any thought that pops in my mind that like relates throughout the day, or like throughout the day, like maybe in one of my newsletters, or like even when I was at work or something.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like take more time to like take the time and write stuff down. Um, between pen and paper and computer for article writing, it really just depends on my atmosphere and my schedule at the time. Like if there is like a point in time where I'm like outside in nature and want to like lay out and journal, I'll journal out all my thoughts. Like whether maybe if it's like a show recap, festival recap, whatever, like I'll just like write down my thoughts and then I'll like transfer into computer to like polish it.
Love it.
But then if it's just like a quick news article or maybe something that just needs like a lot more detail and more research as I go, I'll write it on a computer just so I can save time
Yeah.
and then also just kind of, you
Not
know,
going back
not
and forth.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's like something that like I need my heart and soul to pour into, then I'll use the pen and paper. But it
Yeah.
just kind of depends
That's
on
what
the
I figured.
situation.
That's
Yeah.
what I figured. You just feel it more. You got more passion going in that, right?
Exactly. But you have to do it at the right time because sometimes it feels forced, and I've learned that.
Yeah.
So-
Do you write in cursive or in just regular?
So
Whenever
I
you're
used to,
journaling.
you know, it's funny. So my signature is in cursive, and I would love. I need to start writing in cursive more because I used to like be that one only kid growing up that I actually loved writing in cursive, where everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Cursive sucks" and stuff. But I was like, it looks so much more beautiful than still. But then
Yeah.
like my still handwriting in high school was just like easier, and I realized I had good still handwriting. But anyways, I should. It just sucks that cursive is such a dying art because it's like we took all that time in elementary school to like I was in the 4th grade when I learned cursive, and they were like so adamant about like make sure you're writing in cursive, like it
Yeah.
is a requirement for this grade.
Ingraining
And
it
now
in.
it's like shit. It's like almost 20 years later, and everything's all digital.
Everything.
And it's like, man, that was such a waste of a requirement. But I actually enjoyed writing in cursive. Like, I'm pretty sure I was like the best cursive writer in 4th grade. But like, we're not gonna talk
Word.
about
Shout
that.
out to our fourth grade class. Y'all couldn't compete.
Couldn't compete with my
Okay.
cursive. But yeah, I'll use it for signatures. But now that you mentioned that, I might start writing in cursive.
Hey, let's
yeah.
go. Let's go. Bring that dying art back.
We do, yeah. It's such, yeah, like I said, it's a dying art. It needs to be brought back, like in the most like best sense. Because I know everything's all digital now, but if you have a chance to write in cursive, we should just write in cursive. Cursive
do
is
it.
life.
Just do it. Cursive's life. So big dream of EDM Texas. Where do you see it in 10 years? Is it like
Ooh.
New York Times type level? Like where do
Hope
you see
so,
it, girl?
yeah.
Where do you see it going?
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to think on this for a second because
Alright.
there's so many
Take your
like
time.
different routes I'm thinking about. I would say, you know what's funny? You said this. So I have this morning like journal outcome that I've like written throughout the past couple weeks or month or two, and it's like that's where I got my non-negotiables and all this sort of stuff that like I remind myself every morning after I'm done with my morning walk. But one of the sections in that morning reflection / journaling that I've been doing is where do you see yourself in 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever.
No.
I'm still thinking about my 3rd year because I've
Okay,
only written
I
my
love
first
it,
2 year.
yeah.
But now that I'm been put on the spot here, I think I have a pretty good idea. So I definitely want EDM Texas to make consistent income. I know, like we talked about, I wanted to find the most proper monetization method. However, obviously that's not the most important part. I want EDM Texas to be the #1 platform that people go to in Texas, whether they're visiting Texas or be like, hey, like I want to find out what's
Love it.
going on. Where can I'm a DJ. I want to learn like more DJ tips and like how I can network better. I want to learn about the next like EDM Texas panel nights or like networking nights or something because I eventually want to host networking nights and that's something that's in the works. So that is a part of a goal
Ayo.
when we were talking about panels, but I just want, I want EDM Texas to be the #1 trusted source for everything Texas dance music, right? Whether you're a DJ trying to find some DJ tips, whether you're a new raver trying to learn more about the scene, more about the community, more about plur values. Where can I find the next event? Like, we have a calendar of every EDM event across the state, like
Insane.
everything from Austin, Houston, Dallas, El Paso. We have it all. And then I want to provide like lots of, like I said, educational resources from not just DJs, but maybe like industry or label folks or like people like you, like podcasting, media, photographers, videographers, anyone,
One-stop
event
shop.
promoters. One-stop shop, yes, sir. But that doesn't mean like we don't support everyone else. Like I'm not big on competitors. Like I don't believe in competitors. Yes, you are gonna have competitors overall, but I believe collaboration over competition because at the end
Love
of the
that.
day, that's how you grow the most. And it's not like yeah, you're also helping a competitor out, but you're also helping yourself grow as a
Right.
brand. Collaboration over competition any day. And that's what I want EDM Texas to be all about. Like that's like we don't care about like topping any other music blog or like topping like any other like event collective and such. Like I
Mm.
just want to be the backbone and heartbeat of the Texas dance scene.
I mean, I think you're on your way there, honestly.
Thank you.
From everything that I see coming out of y'all's page and everything, like you're on your way there easy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I also see some more interviews with top DJs around the world that
Boom.
visit Texas. Maybe anyone that wants help with some marketing on their shows, they're more than welcome to, donate to us and we'd be more than willing to
Yeah.
help out whatever their needs. So
Yeah, that'd
like
be
I
awesome.
said, it just goes back to the backbone of everything Texas EDM wise. And I may not I may not have this whole full answer now because these are just bits and pieces,
Of
but
course.
it's okay. Things will pop out at the right moment. So
All of that
means
sounded
maybe
really good.
thank you. Yeah, because I guess maybe there's an idea that will come 10 years later that I haven't thought of it yet, but I know it will when the right time comes. So,
Boom.
yeah.
Boom. So you for show promoters, what's the best way, because we talked about how like artists and stuff can reach out to you. Show promoters, best way to like get on your flyers and get promoted that their show is this weekend or whenever it is. How do they is same process for them to get in contact with you or what?
Yeah, so when it comes to show promotions like on our story and Instagram in general, it just kind of depends on the route. So sometimes people will invite EDM Texas, the Instagram page, to be a collaborator, and I am more than welcome to collab on a post where they're like, let's say there was a show this Saturday at Control Room, for
Yeah.
example. And they invite me to be a collaborator. I'll accept the collaboration until the event's over, and then once the event's over, I'll remove it from
Yeah.
my main group just to like make room for other events and just to
course.
make sure like our layout.
I'm gonna stay current.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not like if you guys ever get like a removed and stuff that don't take it personally. It's just we're just trying to clean up our Instagram for more events to be featured as well because everyone deserves a chance. Like we're not biased with like certain collectives. We're not biased with like anything else.
Venues
Like
and
we
all
like
that.
everyone, like we see everyone as equal. It's like we're gonna feature you no matter what. Like you don't have to be a top international or you don't have to be like the best damn promoter here in Texas. Like you can be an up and coming, we'll still promote you. Like that's what we're all about. The community is more important than like the clout, And I actually have an article coming out really soon about that. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to that article.
It was part of my Miami Music Week insights. But yeah, so invite me invite EDM Texas as a collaborator. You're more than welcome to like reach out to us on Instagram saying like, hey, like, would you be okay with sharing this flyer? Yada yada. Most of the time, I'm like, oh yeah, just send it my way and stuff. And then we do a weekly weekend roundup every Friday. I'm starting to do it on Thursday nights now, just depending on my weeks. But more than likely, if you're one of the 9 events in that city per night, there's a high chance that your event will be featured on the weekend roundup.
Damn.
So we're always more than happy to like help out whoever and stuff. But yeah,
I love that.
thank you.
There you go. Promoters, DJs, anybody. You want marketing advice, stuff like that. Amplified EDM's also a good route to go for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely good on coaching for sure.
Yeah, coaching. I talked to Kay, I believe.
Oh, Kay is my girl. I
Yeah,
love
I
her.
talked
Shout
to
out
Kay.
to Kay Cote.
Yeah, I talked to her a couple of times, so she's really
Yeah.
good at all of that kind of networking and getting you in the right direction if you're trying to grow your career.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
love
I
her.
mean, shoot, that's pretty much a roundup.
Heck yeah. I
Yeah.
love
Do
it.
you have anything you want to say that you think we missed or anything that's super important, top of mind?
All I would just have to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all who have supported EDM Texas, our Texas community, our ecosystem in every way possible. Because of y'all, like my passion project, our page, our scene, our community, I know I probably said that twice, like wouldn't be anything without y'all supporting the page, reading the articles, learning artist stories from around you. And checking out our event calendar. We're still growing every day. Like we still have a lot more to release.
They're
Well,
on
I guess
phase
then
3 of 20.
Yeah, and we've only been launched for already 3 years, and there's still more to come, my friends. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart that have consistently supported this project, and I'm so blessed every day to be able to serve the scene and bring the community all together. Because at the end of the day, I just want everyone to feel included. I want to bring back Plur. I want to remind everyone of Plur and why it's so important in our community and why we still need to embrace it with, you know, the EDM ecosystem and the sociology of EDM just constantly changing every week. You know, it's important to be reminded of like why we do this. So,
No,
yeah.
100%. Great response.
Thank you.
That'll be a clip right there, people. That'll be a clip. That was good
Love
right there. That
love
was like
it.
a mission statement. I love it. But yeah, this has been the Elephant's Corner. Ellis the Elephant here at the beautiful ELE Studios. We've been posting a couple of videos recently of our walkthrough of the studio. So if you're interested in coming to check it out, we have our tours and our link tree. So come book a studio tour, come check it out. See
It's
what we
so
have to
nice,
offer.
y'all. Y'all are gonna love it.
Yeah,
It's
we've
so
been
cool.
we've been working really hard.
Yes.
We do DJ content, podcasting, video content on location. So we got multicam. So DJs, if you want your DJ sessions recorded or if you want your events recorded, hit us up. We will love to come out and party with y'all while we work the cameras. And I mean, that's pretty much it. We just keep building. She keeps building.
We all keep building.
I mean, we all keep building. And if we build together, we're going to make this EDM scene unstoppable in Texas.
That's the goal, my friend.
And I can see it now as clear as the skyline.
Oh, it's
That building right
inspiring.
there, I don't know if y'all can see it fully, but that'll have EDM.Texas on the top one day
Oh my
as the
gosh,
publishing
yes.
center. And I guarantee it with y'all could just feel the passion coming through her during this talk.
Aw,
So
you're the best.
stay tuned, give them a follow,
Yes,
shout
thank
out,
you.
reach out, share their post. Because the more engagement they get, the more engagement you get later on down the road whenever you host your event. So just keep collaborating with each other because it's collaboration.
Collaboration over competition.
Collaboration over competition. I heard it here first. This has been Ellis the Elephant, the Elephant's Corner. See y'all later.
Peace.